So the story begins in the city of Harborsport, which I presume has both a harbor and a port. Our heroes are chilling in a tavern, probably drawing our group symbol on the bar napkins, when a courier barges in and drops off a package for a different set of patrons. They pull out a letter and start reading it, and upon finishing they kinda look at each other and say, "Yeah, fuck that," and grab their shit and leave. Scotia, assuming that the letter was a quest for courageous adventurers such as ourselves, immediately hops up on a table and calls everyone in the tavern a coward. He's got a -2 charisma mod, so people just think he's a drunk or something. Lucian then went over and actually read the letter, and it read something like this. "The Tomb of Horrors has been found and must be cleared. Love somebody." "Well, we should probably go clear that tomb. Sounds evil," Lucian says. We all agree, and then Scotia immediately points his sword at the nearest filthy commoner and screams at him, "What is your name?" Smithens?" he replies. "Well, Smithens, you love your family, don't you? Well, there's a tomb filled with evil, and a brave warrior such as yourself is needed." I think the way it sounded when it came out was closer to, "Help us or we'll kill your family." These thinly veiled threats were obviously going swimmingly from what I could tell, and adding a commoner to our group wouldn't really add much, so I tried to defuse the situation by casting Cause Fear on Smithens and confirming that his family is indeed in danger. Smithens, now panic-stricken, does what he can to protest all of this, but we keep reassuring him that his bravery is keeping his family alive. We hit up the market district to buy him armor, which he can't use, weapons, which he also can't use, and gold pants, which are fabulous. So, now that we're all geared up, we go ahead and roll out of Harborsport towards the tomb. Smithens now pretty much resigned to his new life as a brave adventurer, as we coax him along. Upon our arrival, we are met with 3 entrances. Assuming that these doors are trapped to kill us 10 times over, we do what we think is the safest. I spend a few minutes drawing a 10 to 15 foot hooked pole with my paints so that we can open the door from a distance. I hand the pole off to Scotia because he has the highest reflex save, who immediately gives it to Smithens and nudges him towards the door on the left. To encourage him, we gave him a few words, such as, "Your family is going to die," and "You're braver than a chicken, right?" Hesitantly and confusedly, the brave warrior Smithens takes up the challenge, gathers himself, braces the pole under his arm, and starts swinging the door open. And the roof came crashing down and did like 20 d10 damage. The brave commoner did not make his reflex save. And so ends the story of the great hero Smithens, savior of Harborsport. Scotia, still mourning the loss of a nice pair of gold pants, finds out that the next door was the correct choice, unlocked and untrapped. At least we can take solace knowing that Smithens died a noble and heroic death, and his last moments were filled with what I assumed he loved doing: being crushed by 20 tons of rocks.